This is the Tecno Spark 20. I am kind of short of words because no one saw this coming. The last set of phones in the Tecno Spark series is the Tecno Spark 10. The release of that Tecno Spark 10 earlier this year made the Tecno Spark series so much popular than it used to. So I thought that the next series will be named Tecno Spark 11 and it will be made available next year. So instead of the Spark 11, what we have here is the Spark 20. The Spark 20 is a pretty device, no doubt, but we still have to contend with this same design that has refused to go away. The design of the Tecno Spark 20 is similar to the Tecno Spark 10 and a lot of other budget devices. This one right here is the Gravity black color and I bought it for 115,000 naira. Before I tell you more on the design, let me list the key features of the Spark 20. These features will tell us if this phone is worth the price or if it is overpriced. The processor is the popular MediaTek Helio G85. It runs on Android 13 and not the Go edition. This particular 155,000 naira variant has 128 gig of internal storage and 4 gig of RAM, expandable by another 4 gig. Then it has a 50 megapixel main camera and a 32 megapixel selfie sensor. The battery capacity is 5000 mAh and an 18 watts charging capacity. This is the packaging box, no new changes to the design. This is how the phones in the Spark series are normally packed. Cut the package open and you will get to see the phone first, wrapped with the key features. Then there is a bumper case that is both transparent and flexible. It is so easy to wear it in and fits the phone nicely. The next item is an 18 watt charging brick, a Type-C cable, a regular earpiece, and a SIM eject pin. Before I did the unboxing of the phone, my biggest concern was the design. How will the design of the Tecno Spark 20 look like? You know, every new series usually comes with new, different, and better design. That is not the case with the Spark 20. For example, this is the Tecno Spark 9 of last year. At the time, it was a perfect budget phone. But then came the Spark 10. The Spark 10 has a new look, which is better than the Spark 9. The improved design of the Spark 10 sparked people's attention and made the phone popular. So one would expect that the Spark 20 will also come with a unique design. One of the most noticeable differences in the design of the Spark 20 is the main camera module. Unlike the Spark 10, it is a bit elevated from the back, but everything else is just the same. There are two cameras here at the back, the 50 megapixel sensor and the depth sensor. It supports a side-mount fingerprint scanner that responds fast on average. The SIM tray is the usual one for budget phones that holds 2 SIM cards and a memory card. Spark 20 also comes with a Type-C charging port and a dual DTS speaker setup. Ever since I tested the dual speakers of the Tecno Pop 8 and it sounded perfect, I've been a fan of dual speakers. So let's test the dual speakers of this Tecno Spark 20 to see if it will pass the test. Guys, that sound was awesome and okay. But seriously, if you have not liked this video already, that is not okay at all. If I were a civil servant, I would have gone on strike because of those who refuse to like my videos. So please, it's very important to me. Like this video, subscribe to my channel and share it as well. This brings us to the camera of the phone. Whenever I hear of a 50 megapixel camera sensor on a Helio G85 processor or a higher processor, I feel satisfied even before testing the camera. From what we have here, the pictures are sharp and clear. It even performs better under low light and supports up to 10 times zoom. There are 8 different filters you can choose from to fine-tune your photos if the need arise. Like the Redmi 13C, the portrait mode of the Spark 20 allows for manual focus. This is one of the key features I love so much in the portrait mode, since I get to choose how much blur I want in the background. The portrait mode comes with a lot of effects, actually 16 of them, and they include the AI Smart Beauty, changing skin color, and slim waist. The one disadvantage of the portrait mode is that it does not support zooming, so you cannot zoom in portrait mode. The Super Night mode is a bit clear, but not entirely reliable. I have seen many pictures taken from the night mode of different cameras, and I can tell you that this is a little more than average for a budget phone. The camera supports slow motion mode, but the footage will mostly make sense when the scene has sufficient light. Unless you lock the autofocus of the camera, you will find that it changes focus too many times. Finally, the video mode. It supports 2K video recording, 1080p video recording, and 720p video recording, all at 30 frames per second. It also supports 10 times zoom and allows the use of all the effects in the AI camera mode, such as the slim waist and slim nose effect. But these effects are only supported with the 720 pixel video recording. The video mode also gives access to manual focus using focus level. But once video recording begins, the focus level disappears, and the only way you can focus the camera is by touching the screen. As for the 32 megapixel front camera, it also records videos in 2K 30 frames per second. Check this out. This is a 2K recording from the front camera, maybe because there is not much light, but this is as far as you get here. Then I switched to 720p resolution in the front camera too. The previous video recording was in 2K format, and this is the 720p video format, just to check if there is any noticeable difference. But the most surprising aspect of this camera is that it handles background blur better than expected. Edge detection is surprisingly fine for a budget phone of this price. Pictures from the front camera are more than decent, and the blur level from the portrait mode is very presentable. It also supports all the facial and skin effects that comes with the back camera. In my opinion, 50 megapixel camera should be the baseline for all entry-level phones. Here is why. When I did a review of the Itel A70, Infinix Smart 8 and the Tecno Pop 8, I took pictures of myself with their 13 megapixel cameras, and I look so ugly. Rightly so, because I know I'm so ugly. But the 50 megapixel camera here is making me change the way I look at myself, because it made me look prettier. Now, who doesn't deserve looking pretty? Everyone does. Even entry-level phone users, they want to look pretty. So I think the 50 megapixel camera sensor should be the limit for all budget phones. So let's assume that the Infinix Hot 40 series will come with a 50 megapixel camera sensor. Well, let me just check right away. Here we go. Actually, 50 megapixel camera here. It's a good thing though, but indicates that whatever Tecno does, Infinix will do it, Itel will do it, in the end, all the same phone. Anyways, let's go to the display. Every budget phone in this price range that I know of usually ends up with an IPS display of 720 by 1600 or 1612 pixels resolution. The Spark 20 is no different. The peak brightness is probably 500 or 600 nits at best. Just like the Pop 8, it has a 90Hz screen refresh rate, so scrolling is very responsive. The only issue with the display is the huge bezels, especially at the bottom. I think this is deliberately done by Tecno to remind us that the phone is a budget phone. So if you want a phone with slim bezels, go get a more expensive phone from us. Thank you. If this is Tecno's plan really, in this hard economy, we die here. Sure, I can see what's on the screen like that now. We'll use it like that. As mentioned earlier, the processor is Helio G85. Since it's a gaming processor, eFootball, Call of Duty Mobile, Free Fire, and a host of other high graphic games should not be a threat. The phone does not lag, nor does it overheat within the time I used it. Then about its charging capacity, since the Tecno Pop 8 already supports up to 18 watts charging, I was hoping that the Tecno Spark 20 will support up to 33 watts charging. It does not, but that's still my thought anyway. The battery drains normal, just like every other budget phone battery. That means it can last you the entire day. I currently have a lot of phones to unbox, and that includes the Infinix Hot 40i. I'm also looking forward to comparing these two phones. And let's not forget that I have the Redmi 13C to contend with. In my next video, I will be starting with the Infinix Hot 40i. See you there.